On behalf of our university, Universitas Katolik Indonesia Atmajaya in Jakarta, we extend a warm welcome to you, the audience of Kolita 2022. I am Luis Fernandez, and my friend is Erika Febrianti, comes from Universitas Katolik Atmajaya, Magister students. And then we would like to present our research entitled Glocalizations in Children's Literature. Our research has been supervised by Ekarina, PhD, and Dr. Angliana. So our research comes from glocalizations. The terms of the glocalizations is the field of the sociology. It refers to the phenomena whereby global products and concepts are adapted to suit local standards and needs. For example, McDonald's glocalized menu rendang burger or nasi lemak burger and then comes for English mixing in advertising in Taiwan. So it means the first of the study, they have to glocalize. The first one is the product first, and then they can glocalize the language. Therefore, the concept itself, the speaker knowing the concept first, what they are talking about, then for examples of the nasi lemak here. The people in Taiwan have known first the meaning of the nasi lemak, and then they put in the advertisement into linguistic advertisement. So it comes for cultural conceptualizations. According to Sharifan 2011, variations in understanding of culture is a significant factor that drives to the process of globalizing English. There are two types of the cultural conceptualizations. The first one is a different cultural backgrounds, shapes experiences differently. And then the second one, language, serve as a medium for communication and preservations. And the cognitive science scholars identify three components in the conceptualizations. The first one is category, schema, and conceptual metaphors. For examples we present here, the first one is category. When we are talking about makanan or food, rendang, sate, ayam, geprek, the schema would be eating in the restaurant, food stall, warung, or halal food. And then the conceptual metaphor would be thought is food communicating in eating or feeding. From our backgrounds, it comes for our research question. The first research question is how do non-native English speakers in Indonesia glocalize their English? And the second one's how can cultural conceptualizations be used to explain the glocalization identified from A? And then here, our method to do the research will be presented by Erika.
Okay, for our research, we applied 4 steps. The first one, collect local words. The second one, categorize the local words. The third step is analyze the data. And the last, summarize the findings. We use buku from Antologi Cerita Anak Indonesia and 2 stories. The text one will be Hutan Kemenyan, and the text two will be Sasi Laut Kampung Sintike. So here are our results. The local words that appear on text 1 and text 2 related to culture and can be categorized into different types of cultures, such as linguistic culture, social culture, ecology, and material culture. Linguistic culture and social culture contains ompong and bang, as you can see the meaning of the words here, and ecology contains tombak haminjon, haminjon jalangan, and manige. And the last, material culture, contains sopo, bahul, polang, dan mangorentas. Here the 7 local words that appear on text 2. Linguistic culture and social culture contains papa and mama. As you can see the meaning of the local words. And the last one, ecology, contains Raja Ampat, Misol, Kapatakol, Foley, and Papua. Retention of local words in the English text is not absolute for the same concept. It might appear in both the local language and English within the same story. So as you can see the highlight word here, for this example, ompong is used in direct speech, such as grandfather and grandpa is used in the narrative text. Other mixing examples, like here the words that we highlight. For this example, Haminjan is used when talking about frankincense as part of the local tradition, but frankincense is used when talking about it as a global concept, namely commercial activities. So the mixing examples come from the same story. So the other mixing examples, as you can see, the words of sopo and hard. Here, sopo is used when talking about hard as a part of the local ecology, but hard is used when talking about it as a global concept, namely its practical functions. So we have also compared Indonesian and English texts. There is more local words retained in the English text. So as you can see here, this is one of many examples where the local words are preserved in the English text, but not in the Indonesian text, such as Bapak versus Papa.
Okay, thank you, Erika. For these slides, I'd like to give you the cultural conceptualizations graphs. The first one, the concept A in the language A should be shared belief, customs, traditions, and the value of a particular group of people. Then the conceptualization is the mental process of forming abstract ideas or concepts, often through perceptions, reasonings, and language. Therefore, the cultural conceptualization is the specific process through which individuals within culture understand and interpret abstract cultural concepts. This involves these diagrams. Therefore, our conclusions would be the non-native English speakers in Indonesia localize their English by incorporating aspects of their own cultures and language. The second one, the cultural conceptualization used to clarify the localizations identified from the localized English words in two children's story is influenced by cultural distance on language, retentions, and adaptations in different contexts, such as societies and cultural values. And the third one, for the nature, there are needs to be more research on cultures, laws, and gain in transferring idiomatic expressions, humor, and metaphors in literary texts across different cultures. So here are our selected references. Thank you. This is the end of our presentation.